Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Atla Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that the Bitcoin is dumping right now. And so far, when I'm making this video, the 60,000-ish level is holding. But let's talk about it. How is it possible for Bitcoin to go even further down? Then let's talk about the outflows from Bitcoin Spot ETFs recently for a couple of days already. And we can also see whales transactions dropped significantly, 42%. We have also the Winklevoss twins supporting Donald Trump, sending to his campaign $1 million worth of crypto. So lot of interesting things in this episode today. So guys, don't forget, every single day I'm bringing you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important, very simple, just subscribe to this YouTube channel and also hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And now let's do it. Well, first of all, let's look at the price. Bitcoin in the last 24 hours, 4.5% down. So right now, $61,317. Ethereum almost 5% down, $3,317. When we're looking at the top gainers, Phantom 5% off, Injective 3, but pretty much that's it, guys, in the top 100, no more. When we're looking at the losers, again, already down 12%, not going down 11%, Maker almost 10%, many other coins. So the old coins are keep dropping. Bitcoin is getting stronger and stronger nowadays. And when we looking at the Bitcoin candlestick chart, what we can see here. So first of all, we have here this trend line. I recently moved it a little bit, because actually we can draw it like this one, and this holds Bitcoin price since October 2023. But now look at this, we are at the border. Also, we are at 60,000-ish. Today we went all the way down to 60,500-ish today on the 24th of June. But on the other hand, we can see here a double top on the weekly. If that plays out, that could bring down Bitcoin all the way to $50,000. So we should watch closely what's happening here. Is 60,000 and this trend line holding, or we can actually go further down. So interesting for sure. But let's talk about a couple of things, what caused this. First of all, before I get into that, look at this. Since all-time high, we have 100 days, right? So 100 days sideways movements. And, even we go further down, we can come back. We are in this channel, kind of 50 something and 70 something, And when we're looking at after the halving, we have like 60 something days. And don't forget, sometimes after the halvings, it could go either to 150 days for this accumulation period, sideways movements when Bitcoin kind of behaves like a stable coin. So we are around the half of it, maybe, or not even there. So we should be patient for sure, but always think about the long term. When you're looking at, the fear and greed index, it started to fall now because we were greedy. Even Bitcoin was sideways for a long time. We even dropped, but now people a little bit losing hope, and now we're in neutral with 51, as you can see it. But we shouldn't forget, when you're looking at the Bitcoin returns since 2010 and 2024, like this is this year right now, we can see that Bitcoin did pretty well, even in the recent times, even so far in 2024. So guys, keep that in mind, that we are here in long term, and even that period between 2010 and 24, we had just 3 years when actually Bitcoin closed negative, but all the others, were pretty nice. And on the other hand, you should also be aware of it when you're looking at altcoins. When you have losses, just this is kind of a reminder. If you have a 5% loss, you need like 5% increase. But as we're getting down here, if you have a 50% correction, what is down 50, it's up 100, right? It has to double itself, but it's getting worse. When it's 60, it's not anymore like a little bit more, it's 150. When it's 70,000, so your altcoins are down 70,000, it needs about 233% up, and this is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So please be aware of that. This is, I think, very important. Okay, and now let's talk about the things. Why is actually now Bitcoin dropping? One thing which I should mention, it's definitely Germany. Germany, you see that Bitcoin dips 3.5% as German government sells $325 million worth of Bitcoin over 2 days. What they did, basically, they sold it through exchange like Kraken. And you know what's happening, if the whole thing is happening on exchange, they just put it on exchange, they sold it, it definitely has an impact on the price. If that would be OTC, nothing would happen. So yeah, that's interesting. You know, the German police, if you remember, seized 50,000 Bitcoin from a piracy website in January, which it described in the press release as the most extensive security of Bitcoins by law enforcement authorities in the Federal Republic of Germany to date. And so the country has sold, you know, they have Bitcoin now. So they sold 325 million worth of Bitcoin in the last 48 hours. And, you know, people worried that actually more can come. Maybe if they dump more in the market like this, you know, using an exchange, that can cause problems on the market. But another thing is very important that, you know, we have liquidations. And, you know, is it here? Yeah. So if you're looking at this, you know, we have a lot of liquidations. So if, you know, we had short leverage, if it's, you know, a lot of people losing leverage, and just keep that in mind when, you know, they can see these huge positions, you know, here the orange one is 100x, the, you know, the yellow one is 50x leverage. They know how, you know, there they can liquidate a lot of people. So if the whales can move the price, and because how they move it, there are a lot of liquidations. And this is very important because when liquidations, the price can even further drop, for instance, or actually push it. The Bitcoin price depends, the longs or the shorts are liquidated. So this is how the market works, and now there's lots are placed around. So this causes also this kind of problem. So we're going to see how Bitcoin is going to hold itself. Are we going to hold here on 60, or we can actually go down? But be aware of it, that before every single bigger pump, we have a dump, a point when the majority is shaken out because they lost hope. And then usually price is going up. So this is how the market works. So always remember this. Okay. Next topic I would like to talk about is outflows. Yeah, outflows from Bitcoin Spot ETFs. Well, we had times we had inflows for a long time. Now for 6 days in a row, we have, you know, outflows. Here you can see, you know, the table, and you can see here that, you know, everybody is kind of, you know, dumping Bitcoin now. So you should understand how this whole ETF thing works. First of all, they have their customers. So if the customer decide to buy, they're buying. You just support it with Bitcoin. It's backed by Bitcoin. That's the reason why you call it spot Bitcoin ETF. But when the customers saying, or BlackRock's customers, they're selling. So yeah, and they just behave like us, crypto investors. And therefore now you can see as it's getting more scary and scary, you know, now they actually more outflows than inflows. And yeah, the another thing I wanted to mention is the transactions of whales have dropped also recently. So, well, Bitcoin falls below, you know, 63, as you could see it already. Well, now it was at 61. Bitcoin whales transactions dropped 42%. So, total number of Bitcoin whale transactions exceeding 100,000 US dollar was 9,923 over the previous 2 days, a 42% decrease from 17,091 transactions recorded 2 days prior. So even now the whales doing smaller and smaller transactions, or actually not acting right now. So this also has a little bit slowed down. And okay, one more final news, which is all about the Winklevoss brothers, twins, supporting Donald Trump with Bitcoin. Well, it looks like the Winklevoss twins giving their precious Bitcoin to Donald Trump. Well, not all of it, but a big amount. $1 million worth of Bitcoin went to support Donald Trump. basically, they said they kind of fed up with the Biden administration and their policy, the way they're handling crypto. So therefore, they would like to vote for Donald Trump in November and supporting his campaign with Bitcoin, $1 million of Bitcoin. Well, we do know that they have a bunch of Bitcoin, it's not a question, but would you actually spend your Bitcoin or rather your fiat money? I think they're using it as a campaign for Bitcoin. Probably this is good for them. But yeah, we're talking about a lot of money. Anyway, guys, and that's it for today. Don't forget, every single day you're getting the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. That's the reason why I'm doing them. So if you would like to get them, simply subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also, hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.